Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that might sound absolutely ridiculous at first. Minecraft? A horror game? The colorful block game where you build houses and punch trees? Yeah, I know how it sounds, but stick with me here, because by the end of this video, you might never look at Minecraft the same way again. So let's start with the obvious question. How could a game that looks like it was made out of Legos possibly be scary? Well, that's exactly what makes this so interesting. Horror doesn't always need photorealistic graphics or jump scares. Sometimes the most unsettling experiences come from places you least expect them. Let me paint you a picture. You've just started a new Minecraft world. The sun is shining, birds are chirping, everything looks peaceful and inviting. You spend your first day gathering wood, making tools, maybe killing a few sheep. Then the sun starts to set. The music changes. Suddenly you realize you don't have a shelter yet. The light fades quickly, and then you hear it. The groaning of zombies, the rattling bones of skeletons, the hissing of spiders, and you're completely unprepared. That first night in Minecraft, that's pure survival horror. You're vulnerable, under-equipped, and surrounded by things that want to kill you. You dig a hole in the ground just to survive, sitting in complete darkness because you haven't figured out torches yet. Every sound makes you jump. Is something digging toward you? Are you safe? You have no idea. But here's where it gets really interesting. The horror in Minecraft isn't just about monsters. It's about isolation and atmosphere. Think about it. When you're playing Minecraft in survival mode, you are completely alone in an infinite world. There are no other humans, no villages at first, no friendly NPCs to talk to, just you and an endless landscape that stretches in every direction. The game never explains why you're there. There's no backstory, no context. You just exist in this world, alone, with no apparent purpose except to survive. And that emptiness, that lack of explanation, creates this underlying sense of unease. Where did all the people go? Why are you the only one here? What happened to this world? And then there's the cave systems. Oh boy, the caves. If you've played Minecraft, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're mining, following a vein of coal or iron, and suddenly you break through into this massive dark cavern. You can hear things moving in the darkness, water dripping, lava bubbling somewhere below. The ambient cave sounds that Minecraft plays are genuinely unsettling. Those random creaks, distant thuds, and eerie wind noises weren't put there by accident. The developers knew exactly what they were doing with those sounds. They create paranoia. You hear a strange noise and immediately stop what you're doing. Was that a creeper? Is there a skeleton around the corner? Or was it just one of those random ambient sounds meant to mess with your head? The game is literally gaslighting you into feeling afraid. Let's talk about the mobs for a second, because they're way creepier than people give them credit for. Endermen, for example, are straight out of a creepypasta. They're tall, dark figures that teleport around and make disturbing screaming noises. And here's the kicker. They only attack you if you look at them. That's literally the mechanics of countless horror movies and urban legends. Don't look at it, don't make eye contact, or it will come for you. Then there's the fact that Endermen can move blocks. You'll come back to your base and find blocks missing or placed somewhere they shouldn't be. The game is telling you that something was here while you were gone. Something was watching. Something moved your stuff. That's not game mechanics. That's a haunting. And creepers. Everyone knows about creepers, the iconic green explosive mobs. But think about what they actually are. They're silent stalkers that sneak up behind you and destroy everything you've worked for. They don't make noise like other mobs. They don't attack from a distance. They get close, very close, and then they explode, taking your life and your creations with them. The anxiety of turning around and seeing a creeper right behind you, already hissing, already about to detonate, that's psychological horror. The game also has this interesting relationship with sound design that amplifies the horror. Minecraft is often very quiet. The music is sparse and melancholic. Then those long stretches of silence happen, and you're left with just the ambient sounds of the world. Your footsteps, the wind, distant mob sounds. It creates this constant state of tension because you're always listening for danger. Now let's get into some of the really weird stuff. The Nether. When you first build a Nether portal and step through, you enter what is essentially hell. The entire dimension is made of tortured faces in the netherrack blocks if you look closely. There are literal ghosts flying around shooting fireballs at you. The ambient sounds are screaming and crying. Ancient fortress ruins suggest some kind of civilization that built massive structures here and then disappeared or died out. What happened to them? Who built these fortresses? Why is this dimension accessible from the overworld? The game never tells you. It just presents you with this nightmarish hellscape and says, here you go, good luck. And then there's the end. To get there, you need to find a stronghold, which are these massive underground ruins. Again, someone or something built these, They're clearly ancient. They're clearly abandoned. You find them deep underground, often connected to cave systems and ravines, and they lead to a portal made of blocks that have eyes in them. Eyes that need to be activated before you can pass through. When you do enter the end, you find yourself on a floating island in an infinite void. There's a dragon. There are those Endermen again, and ancient towers with crystals on them. What is this place? Why does it exist? Who built the towers? Where did the dragon come from? The lack of answers is part of what makes it unsettling. The game presents you with clear evidence of ancient civilizations, massive construction projects, and then gives you absolutely no explanation for any of it. You're just an explorer stumbling through the ruins of something you can't understand. There are also all the smaller details that add to the creepiness. Ocean monuments with their guardians, desert temples with traps, woodland mansions full of hostile mobs. Every structure you find is either empty of intelligent life or filled with things trying to kill you. It paints a picture of a world where something went very, very wrong. The community has picked up on all of this, of course. There are countless theories about Minecraft's lore. Some people think you're in a post-apocalyptic world and you're the last human alive. Others think you're in some kind of purgatory or limbo. The Herobrine legend became so popular that the developers started putting removed Herobrine in their patch notes as a joke, which only made the legend more persistent. But here's the thing about Herobrine. The idea that there might be another player-like entity in your single-player world watching you from a distance is genuinely creepy. Even though we know it's not real, the thought of turning around and seeing a figure that looks like you but with white eyes, standing motionless in the fog, that taps into primal fears. The game also has this quality where it feels like it's haunted even when you know it's not. You'll see shadows that turn out to be nothing. You'll hear sounds and investigate only to find empty caves. The procedural generation sometimes creates formations that look almost deliberate, like faces in cliffs or structures that seem too organized to be random. Your brain starts finding patterns where there are none. Playing Minecraft alone, especially in the dark, especially with headphones, can be a genuinely unsettling experience. The combination of isolation, mysterious lore, disturbing mob designs, excellent sound design, and that constant feeling that you're being watched creates an atmosphere that's surprisingly effective at making you feel uncomfortable. The beauty of Minecraft is that it can be whatever you want it to be. You can play it as a creative building game and ignore all the scary stuff. You can play it as a horror survival experience and lean into the fear. Or you can play it somewhere in between, enjoying the tension while also appreciating the moments of peace and creativity. But next time you're mining alone in a deep cave and you hear one of those ambient sounds, or you turn around to find an Enderman staring at you, or you emerge from your safe base into a dark night full of hostile mobs, remember, maybe Minecraft has been a horror game all along. We just didn't want to admit it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been genuinely scared while playing Minecraft. What's the creepiest thing that's happened to you in the game? And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next one.